Hiya! For video number 5, this is Thursday afternoon, May 18th, and we are venturing outside a little bit. I was not sure where she was going to be comfortable, so we started by just opening the gate and letting her decide if she wanted to go out into the parking lot, which she did choose to do. And if you observe her demeanor and her posture, there's such a dramatic difference between inside the gate, inside the fence, and outside the fence. See how sort of crouchy and slinky her movements are. Even when she's relatively calm and feels comfortable enough to sniff around the ground, she's constantly stopping and scanning the area around. And then anytime there's any kind of noise, she sort of squats down and tries to make herself look small. You might notice also that I'm trying as best I can to keep that loose leash, because that's when she panics. When that leash gets tight is when she starts to really just try to run around in any direction and starts kiting around or, sort of flailing around like a fish on a line. So these moments where she kind of is thinking about going through the bush, I'm letting her get to the end, but I'm not pulling back on her. And I'm just kind of wiggling the leash a little bit to get her attention. I'm trying mostly to use my voice to call her back away from there rather than pulling her, because that's what really pushes her into panic.
Nope. Good job. Good job. That was a loud truck. Good job. Good girl. Good girl. Stay here.
Coming up in just a second here is a little pause in the video where I have to untangle her legs, and then here's a panic moment where we have a motorcycle go by. You see how she's like, oh, that is way too loud. But what I'm doing is I'm letting her go where she wants to and as far as she needs, to where she doesn't feel like she needs to run away anymore. And what I'm teaching her is that I'm not going to use that leash to trap her into something that she's terrified of. I'm trying to let her regain trust of being on that leash, that the leash is not going to put her in danger. And again, you can see the moment she crosses into the yard, she's like, oh, everything's okay, everything's normal, I can be fine, which is really pretty funny. But I'm glad she has that safe space. But I think it's kind of funny how illogical it is. But, your feelings aren't logical, and she has big feelings about big noises, and we're going to help her to work through that.
Good girl. Good girl. Nice job.
Here again, we have some noises that she's not accustomed to, so you see some alert as she's looking over. What is that going on my left? I don't like that. I'm going to decide whether I need to get away or not, and yeah, I have decided I need to get away. So I think she'd just been, after that panic moment with the motorcycle, she was just not really, she didn't have the bandwidth to deal with these new things, and that was a good place to call the end of the session.
She says that, too much noise. Too much noise. Would you like a treat? Oh, good girl. Good girl. All right, that's enough. We'll take a break now. Good girl. You did pretty good. You did pretty good. Good girl. Good job. Off you go.